You can't stop the waves, but you can learn to surf. To let go means to give up coercing, resisting, or struggling in exchange for something more powerful and wholesome, which comes out of allowing things to be as they are. If we hope to go anywhere or develop ourselves in any way, we can only step from where we are standing. If we don't really know where we are standing, we may only go in circles. Meditation is the only intentional, systematic human activity which at bottom is about not trying to improve yourself or get anywhere else, but simply to realize where you already are. At the deepest level, there is no giver, no gift, and no recipient, only the universe rearranging itself. Perhaps the most spiritual thing any of us can do is simply to look through our own eyes, see with eyes of wholeness, and act with integrity and kindness. If you stop trying to make yourself more than you are, out of fear that you are less than you are, whoever you really are will be a lot lighter and happier, and easier to live with too. There can be no one way to be, no one way to practice, no one way to learn, no one way to love, no one way to grow or to heal, no one way to live, no one way to feel, no one thing to know or be known. The particulars count. Whatever has happened to you, it has already happened. The important question is, how are you going to handle it? In other words, now what? Mindfulness practice means that we fully commit in each moment to be present, inviting ourselves to interface with this moment in full awareness. Practice sharing the fullness of your being, your best self, your enthusiasm, your vitality, your spirit, your trust, your openness. Above all, your presence. From the perspective of meditation, every state is a special state, every moment a special moment. We must be willing to encounter darkness and despair when they come up and face them over and over again if need be, without running away or numbing ourselves. To allow ourselves to be truly in touch with where we already are, no matter where that is, we have got to pause in our experience long enough to let the present moment sink in. Give yourself permission to allow this moment to be exactly as it is, and allow yourself to be exactly as you are. In meditation practice, the best way to get somewhere is to let go of trying to get anywhere at all. We resonate with one another's sorrows because we are interconnected, being whole and simultaneously part of a larger whole. We can change the world simply by changing ourselves. If I become a center of love and kindness in this moment, then in a perhaps small but hardly insignificant way, the world now has a nucleus of love and kindness it lacked the moment before. This benefits me, and it benefits others. Scratch the surface of impatience, and what you will find lying beneath is subtly or not so subtly is anger. It's the strong energy of not wanting things to be the way they are and blaming someone, often yourself, or something for it. Work at allowing more things to unfold in your life without forcing them to happen, and without rejecting the ones that don't fit your idea of what should be happening. Our ability to touch love and kindness and be touched by them lies buried below our own fears and hurts. There is a price we pay for being attached to a narrow view of being right. The only way you can do anything of value is to have the effort come out of non-doing and to let go of caring, whether it will be of use or not. Awareness is more like a vessel which can hold and contain our thinking, helping us to see and know our thoughts as thoughts rather than getting caught up in them in reality. If you did die, all your responsibilities and obligations would immediately evaporate. Their residue would somehow get worked out without you. You cannot have harmony without a commitment to ethical behavior. It's the fence that keeps out the goats that will eat all the young shoots in your garden. If you really aren't trying to get anywhere else in this moment, patience, takes care of itself. The next time you feel a sense of dissatisfaction, of something being missing or not quite right, turn inward as an experiment. See if you can capture the enemy of that very moment. If you miss the here, you are likely also to miss the there. If your mind is not centered here, it is likely not to be centered just because you arrived somewhere else. There can be no resolution leading to growth until the present situation has been faced completely. Make sure that you are not trying to help anyone else or the planet. Rather, you are simply holding them in awareness, honoring them, wishing them well, opening to their pain with kindness and compassion and acceptance. Ultimately, spiritual means experiencing wholeness and interconnectedness directly. A seeing that individuality and the total are interwoven, that nothing is separate or extraneous. If you see in this way, then everything becomes spiritual in its deepest sense. When you can love one tree or one flower or one dog or one place or one person or yourself for one moment, you can find all people, all places, all suffering, all harmony in that one moment. Mindful sitting meditation is not an attempt to escape from problems or difficulties into some cut-off meditative state of absorption or denial. On the contrary, it is a willingness to go nose to nose with pain, confusion, and loss. Doing science is spiritual. So is washing the dishes. It is the inner experience which counts, and you have to be there for it. If you let restlessness move you, you lose touch with who you are. If you believe in love, do you manifest it or just talk a lot? Everything is related to everything else, and in a way, simultaneously contains everything else and is contained by everything else. Simplicity means going fewer places in one day rather than more, seeing less so I can see more, doing less so I can do more, acquiring less so I can have more.